Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome on the Culture News. My name is David Serero, and I have the pleasure to have today over the phone a very, very talented American composer. His name is Mr. Raphael Mostel. Let me spell it for you, M-O-S-T-E-L. He has released this fantastic new composition masterpiece. We call it a musical voyage. That is called Le Voyage de Babar, which means the travels of Babar. Of course, you all know who and what Babar is. He will be performing this work on November 2nd and 3rd, 2018. I love when people reach out early in time. I love it. Most of the time they reach out, we reach out to them like the night before. So, November 2nd and 3rd, 2018 at the Florence Good Hall. We say hello to our friends over there. The Florence Good Hall, presented by Source Music. Ladies and gentlemen, his work has been also presented in sold-out performances in Berlin with the Berliner Philharmoniker. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet the one and only my guest of today, Mr. Raphael Mostel. How are you, Raphael, today?
Very well, thank you, except for the heat.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's quite very heavy today in New York, But, let me tell you, it's hot wherever your music is playing. That's the secret, So, I would like, before we start, to talk a little bit about your new masterpiece, I should say. And of course, these performances in November at the Florence Good Hall. I would like to know about yourself. Can you tell us where you're from and what brought you to music?
I've always done music. I grew up in New Jersey, very nearby New York, and the earliest memory of my family was realizing that I had gone from just banging on a piano to actually playing music, and nobody had given me lessons. So I think I started playing music about the same time as I learned language. And I've always been doing music all my life, a wide range of music. So it's something that has always meant a great deal to me. And I thought I actually used this piece when I was asked to compose this music for. It actually started in Japan. This Japanese company was wanting to release a reading of the book, The Travels of Babar, in Japanese. And because I had done another commission for them, they chose me to write music for this. And so it was a very successful thing. I then got the performance rights, and we did these performances, and the audiences have just been ecstatic over it. It's not something that is anything like any other music that I've composed, but it's really my most popular piece. It's the production that we're doing in November at Florence Good Hall is actually a brand new production we're doing because of the popularity. The Bibliothèque Nationale de France, the Morgan Library, and many private collectors have given me the original watercolors of Jean de Branaff, so that I could do a really elaborate, high-definition multimedia production with my music and with the reading of the text. It really is something special.
Wow. But where are you from originally? Like, where were you born?
In Passaic, New Jersey.
Oh, wow, good for you. And where did you, study music, and where did you learn the composer craft?
I studied with many people privately. I also graduated with a degree in music from Brown University, and then I was given a fellowship in music. When I graduated from Brown University, they asked me to just travel and study with different people. So I studied briefly with many people, like the Polish composer Witold, and I studied with Nadia Boulanger in Paris, and a little bit with Olivier Messiaen, too. So
you study with Nadia Boulanger. How lucky you are! Because
she's quite something.
Oh, she was a character, but she definitely knew. I mean, all the greatest composers. I mean, they have studied with her. It's amazing, and all her traité on the composing and all the things that she wrote and taught is absolutely amazing about the harmonics and everything. So now I want to ask you. I want to ask you something. So regarding, first of all, how that story of why Babar, by example, and that's why, let's say, Mickey Mouse. What do you found so particular with these characters?
A two-part answer for that. I can't take credit for choosing Babar because that was the commission that I received out of the blue from Japan to write music for Babar. But when I looked at the books, I saw immediately how wonderful the work is of Jean de Brunner. The original Babar books are just incredible. The detail and the looseness of it and the creativity. So I thought, if I could do something in music that's like the quality of the drawings, I would really do something special, and that's what I set out to do. To do one piece of music, one scene for every illustration in the book. And I go through actually the entire gamut of musical forms in this piece, choosing things that correlate with the story of Babar. So while you're watching the story and you're being told the story of the travels of Babar, you also are getting the history of music through the piece. So it's actually quite a complicated thing that happens very easily and very harmoniously all together, the unification of all of the senses. It's something that people have remarked that I've been asking if there are other works like this, and evidently there are none. I've been asking professionals, and only certain aspects correlate to other pieces, but I wanted to do something that hadn't been done before. There are several pieces, only a handful really, that are successful in this genre.
Yeah.
You have, the Carnival of the Animals by Saint-Saëns. You have Peter and the Wolf with the Prokofiev. You have, there's another Babar book, the first one, that was done by Francis Poulain. But I wanted to do this piece to actually show how music is put together. So it's really a treat to see how this opens up the audience, especially the young ones in the audience. They come away inspired to make music themselves. They have all sorts of ideas from the music, from all of the different scenes. The different kids choose one scene or another, the different music for each. So it really has an enormous impact on
And so also, I love the idea that, classical music is presented, but also that is enhanced with all the multimedia, with the photos that are projected, all these drawings and all these beautiful things, because now I think more than ever we're watching music, more than almost we're listening to it. Now if you're in the pub business and you are doing music, I mean, if you have a good music video, it's almost as much, if not more important. It's like the vehicle to bring your song to success. So I'm really so happy that in the classical music, we have this kind of a multimedia. In opera, they started to do a lot of effort in terms of making staging, a lot of fun. That's also what I've been trying to do. But it's very beautiful to hear you doing that. So now, who are your musical influences? Who are the composers or the artists that really had a strong impact on you?
There are so many that it's very wide ranging. You want to know about the living composers or the?
I'd be happy to hear some living ones, but I would love also to hear the old guys.
There's so many old guys, from Monteverdi, Berlioz, Beethoven, Mozart. The Fauré is a particular favorite of mine. Stravinsky, of course. I could go on and on. I mean, there is so much wealth in music.
Something is telling me that you love the French composer school, like the Poulenc, the Debussy, the Ravel, the Fauré, like the French Romanticism. I have the feeling that you are very influenced with these guys. Am I mistaken?
How can you not be? I wouldn't trust anybody who doesn't respond to that music. There's such subtlety and such finesse. That was actually one of the things that was most difficult for me, because here I was working with one of the icons of French art. And, Jean de Brunhoff is called the father of the modern picture book, and this is such an incredibly French work. And here I am as an American writing music. I can't be French, but I can. I can.
Are you better than French? I'm French, so I know you better. But you know that. You know what is very beautiful is always what makes, I think, the best rendition of any work is, let's say, when an American would take on something that is not American, and will bring it, like when Americans are doing, let's say, Italian opera, they're gonna make it so much broader to the audience. They're gonna make it fun. They're gonna make it entertaining. When a non-American is doing, let's say, jazz music, they're going to make the thing also with a particular color, and that's the beauty of music, and that's the beauty of your music. So before we start to say goodbye to each other, what are your next projects besides this wonderful new project, this U.S. premiere of the new production, The Travels of Babar, which will take place on November 2nd and November 3rd, and also it will take place in French on November 2nd and in English on November 3rd at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. at the Florence Good Hall, which is part of the French Alliance, if I'm not mistaken, yes. And I say hello, of course, to all my friends, the French Alliance and the president, who is Marie-Monique Sequet. We say hello to her. And, of course, they were right to program you, because this is a wonderful piece. So what are your upcoming projects?
I have several. I'm also working on with the architect, Stephen Hole, and we do, of course, at Columbia University, the Architectonics of Music. That's an ongoing project that I do. I'm also working on a piece for orchestra. That's a very large project that I've taken on. That many different projects. I'm also working on having a touring production of this Babar. I hope that the response will be sufficient for these performances, that we will be able to tour through all the neighborhoods with a production of this, so we can bring it to many more people.
Well, let me tell you, we will always be there to support you, and we will always be there to bring your music out there, because we, and I especially, really love what you're doing. It's really an honor to have over the phone such an important composer such as yourself, and such a passionate, and it takes 2 bars of your music to know your intelligence, your grace, and your generosity, and it's truly.
I blush again. Sorry.
No. But it means you're really good. Much. If you don't say anything, it means you fooled me well. But if you're blushing, it means that's the real guys. Because the real guys never take compliments. So. No, you are absolutely phenomenal, and it's an honor having you. I want to say that my wonderful guest, Mr. Raphael Mostel, who is a composer, writer, and lecturer, is based in New York, and his work has been presented by the Berliner Philharmoniker, the New York Philharmonic, the Orchestre Symphonique de Montreal, the New York City Opera, the Tibetan Singing Ball Ensemble, and many other wonderful venues, also the Royal Concertgebouw orchestras, and also the many commemorations in Hiroshima, and Nagasaki. He's a wonderful person. We say hello to all your wonderful team. And please, ladies and gentlemen, go to purchase tickets to go to see the U.S. premiere of the composer Raphael Mostel new production of The Travels of Babar. And this is a show for adults.
Ticketmaster. I'm sorry. I was just going to say to go to Ticketmaster.
No, definitely. And I saw it's available on several platforms. And this is also a show for kids, for adults, for families, for everyone, because music is international and for everyone, and particularly the music of our dear friend, Mr. Raphael Mostel. I want you to know, Raphael, this is your show. You call us anytime. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.